everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sylvia and in today's video I would like to do a walkthrough of the cursed Auguries tarot deck. It comes in this cute compact little deck box and on the back it says, "Step into a world of dark fairy tales with this deck of 78 cards. Evoking imagery of the old craft and folk magic, it is suitable for both new and experienced readers. Designed and illustrated by Spanish artist Sora. She's actually a pretty amazing artist. I think if you want, you can check out more of her art on Instagram or on her website, which she lists right here. And I bought this deck on her Etsy shop. I do believe it might be out of stock right now, but she reprints it quite regularly, so I'm sure it's going to be available at one point in the future again if you might like to get your own copy. I got mine because I was looking for a magical witchy sort of deck, and when I got it I didn't know it would be as dark themed as it turned out to be, even though I watched a couple of walkthroughs myself before I got it. But the more and more I work with this deck, the more I realized how most of the images show the more dark, shadowy side of each of the cards. It's a pip deck, so the imagery is more focused on the major arcana and the card cards. But as you will go through the deck and inspect each card one by one, you will see what I mean. As you can already tell, looking at the Fool, it's not the image of the naive fool almost leaping off the edge of a cliff. It's one that's already, as soon as it's going to hatch, it's going to find himself in a pretty tough situation, and then it's going to be up to him if he realizes that, oh, it's actually a butterfly, it can fly, so the spider cannot hurt him. And then the Magician. It's a beautiful deer, but again it feels more of a shadowy card to me, with the eyes that looks almost crazed. I think it's a very amazing description of the shadowy side of the Magician. The High Priestess. This character is one of the two human characters in the entire deck. Otherwise, it focuses more on animals and nature elements. The Empress as a toad to match the Emperor. Such a pretty hierophant. So interesting, the contrast between the eyes. And then this is one of my favorite lovers cards. And I think it's a favorite of many who knows this deck. I love how Anna chose to illustrate the card with slugs, especially because they are hermaphrodites, so every gender and every sexuality can be included in this image. Chariot. Strength card. Makes me wonder which of the animal is the attacker and which one is the defender. The Hermit. This is the other card with a human face on it. Temperance, sitting right in the middle of a snake's nest. The Devil. I think a lot of people find this card quite disturbing. I just think that the eyes are a little bit creepy. And then the Tower. I love this card. It's just, this building looks so solid, but it's built of teeth. So I think it's maybe just a little wind is enough to blow it completely. The Star with an apple with the seeds forming a star in the middle. I love that. And the Moon with, I think these flowers are angel's trumpet, which bloom in the evenings. And then the Sun with a sunflower. They are just so pretty. I love how they match with the skulls and the flowers and the fruits. And then the swords suit, which are represented by nails, but I think these nails are made of bones, actually. At least that's what they look like to me. And then, yeah, these are just pip cards. And then as we get to the court cards, the illustrations are back. Page of Swords, represented by a spider web with a little box coat in it. And then the Knight of Swords, which in most suits is represented by a snake. And then the Queen of Swords. I think this card really digs deep into our intuition, and at least into mine, wondering why she's, she's a queen, but she seems to be locked inside a box, and I wonder why. Knight of Swords. I mean, King of Swords. And then the Ace suit is illustrated with the eggs of toads. Just love that how there's a little soul, a little life inside each and every egg. And then the Page of Cups, who is a spider again. Knight of Cups, the Queen. And then here are the Pentacles. Each suit is color-coded, by the way. Like the cups were a sort of yellow, and these ones are sort of pink, represented by apples. And then the court cards with our greedy little spider And then the snake. And the queen living her best life. Ace of Wands. I love how this wand is snapping into two. Like it really shows how cracking and hot and fast-paced this wand's energy is. Here is our Page of Wands. And then the Knight of Wands. Unstoppable. Queen of Wands. And the King of Wands. I think this one is my other favorite card. I just really love how the energy of the king is illustrated as this all-consuming fire. And this is 78 cards. Let's talk about the cardstock a little bit. I think it's one of my favorites. It's a linen cardstock. And it's quite thin, very bendy. I'm not sure, I'm not really an expert on cards and cores. I'm not sure this one has one, but it's a standard size deck, and if you're a riffle shuffler, then this one shuffles pretty well. I'm not the best at this, but I just really love how this bridges and shuffles. And even if you're an overhand shuffler, this one shuffles really, really well. When I bought this deck, I wasn't actually sure what I would use this for. I just really loved the illustrations. But it works really, really well as a shadow deck. It's a very honest, almost brutally honest deck. At least to me, it's very brutally honest. So now I learned that it matters what kind of question I ask and in what way I ask the question, because no matter what, you will get the honest answer from this one, even if you don't like to face that answer. So if you want to dig deep, understand yourself or the situation or the people around you, then I think this is a deck to go for. And I really do recommend everybody to, consider it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in your next video. Bye bye.